Upselling digital and the benefits that digital bring us. Obviously, we have a new market, a complete new market open to us with this technology, and what is the point of wasting the opportunity we have before us now in the corrugated sector? So, digital evolution, well, haven't we seen change over the last 25 years? We have had everything from Amazon to Airbnb to e-commerce, packaging, you name it, the world's changed. And that is largely as a result of digital technology. And within that technology, obviously, we have digital printers, which has revolutionized the packaging and point-of-sale sectors that we all know so well. There's a picture of the HP C500. Beautiful, isn't it? The investment in digital print technology, however, has been met with some trepidation. And the main reason for that is the difficulties associated with the technology. Huge investment, hundreds of millions goes into the development of this technology, and in some cases it's maybe been over-marketed and under-delivered, and therefore people have been a little bit reluctant to make the decision in this big step into what is a very expensive piece of kit. So I would say if you're going to invest in something like a single-pass digital machine, then you are going to need a completely new strategy for your business. So, okay, you have now got your new technology in these amazing platforms. You've got the commercial viability that's been proven now. So we have this technology sitting between offset litho and screen, and also the multi-pass digital machines. You've got the single-pass machines opening up yet again another new sector that we couldn't really service before for various reasons with traditional analog. The quality is unquestionable. Check out the quality on any of these platforms. It's very, very good, near offset quality, and of course it's still going to improve. We're still pretty much an early stage of this technology. So assuming you've got the infrastructure as well, you know, you've got everything here to give yourself a very powerful offering to your client base. So how do I sell this and make it work for my customer? And I think that's probably the most important question you have to ask yourself if you've got the technology is, okay, what am I going to do with it? Because there is no point in spending multi-millions on a single-pass machine and then not having a strategy of how you're going to sell it. And you don't want to be giving it away. You certainly don't want to be doing that. So there's different machine platforms. We have multi-pass machines, which have been around now for some years. These were really developed for the point-of-sale sector, large format machines, amazing quality, and basically the sheet goes under the head several times to build up an image. And that image, if you look at the Swanline stand, all printed on multi-pass machine, the quality is near offset. It really is superb. Then you come into the single-pass sheet-fed systems. The image below is of the EFI Nozomi, a pretty stable platform that's out in the market, selling a few machines now. And these are, I think, the type of machine that are going to develop these new opportunities in the corrugated packaging sector generally. We've got web digital. These are awesome bits of kit, but they are, I guess, I've done in another presentation, I said they meet their nemesis when they are introduced to a corrugator, because although the web digital process itself is amazing, it all starts to go horribly wrong if you have not got the correct infrastructure to look after that digital print on your corrugator machine. So you can't just take a reel and put it on and expect you to preserve everything that's good about digital. So zero waste, the quality, first off being saleable, etc., etc., etc. And then you've got your different ink sets that is important to understand. And ostensibly you've got three types. So you've got UV, you have water-based, and then you have a hybrid. So the hybrid is still has a UV initiator in it. but it's, it's a sort of midway between the UV water base. So you need to consider, okay, what is the market that I am going to be aiming to sell into, and what is the best ink set that suits my business to achieve my objective? Okay, and then, well, what about your sales strategy? Because your sales strategy is not going to take the same form as a brown box sheet plant, for instance. It just will not work. You have to have a completely different outlook on your market, what your customers want, and how you're going to sell this very, very powerful technology to benefit your own business. So it's not like selling a conventional corrugated box. And again, if you try and market it, so you put a machine in and you try and market it, you're never going to do it justice. This technology is so advanced in what it can deliver that, quite frankly, you can't just market it and expect to sell. You have to have a proper strategy that is involving your customer, your direct customer. And of course, I would say that the main thing here is, again, what is the point of spending huge amounts of money on these machines? And price should not be the determining factor here. Absolutely should not be the determining factor, because it is giving you an opportunity to get a sale that otherwise may not have happened without digital technology. And again, mindset. If you go into a customer and you sell them the benefits of digital, then all well and good. But if you go in with an analog mindset, it's just not going to work. So you actually have to drive the opportunity, visualize what your customer's trying to achieve, and then link it to your digital technology and how you're going to deliver what is best for them. So behavioral change is basically what is pushing these huge changes in the market anyway, generally. We've seen a drive towards less waste and environmentally friendly solutions. So sustainability is on everybody's minds at the moment, and so it should be. And of course, digital plays a part in this for various reasons I'll talk about in a bit. But amongst that behavioural change, when we're out shopping, we are looking for as much information as we can. We all have very busy lives these days. We want to walk out, see a brand, buy it. You know exactly what you're getting. We have a hunger for more information. So digital, again, gives us that option to constantly update information. And it has huge power for brands, specific brands as well. The move towards online sales has been dramatic and continues to be dramatic. But again, what lets down online sales is not the digital process itself, but it is the ability to handle versioned boxes at the fulfillment stage. So all the technology is there to produce it, but actually handling it after that is where the problems start. So in some ways, digital print has been let down by the processes further down the line. And we all have an emotional attachment when we go out buying things. If you feel that emotional attachment to something, you are more likely to buy it. There are some stats associated with emotional attachment on purchases. Too much to go into today. And of course, what digital does give is speed to market. So this really is the key crux, because there are lots of opportunities missed as a result of not being able to deliver very, very quickly. I hope my team on the stand have got their ears closed at the moment, but our record for receiving an artwork and getting a delivered package to a customer is 4 hours. So, Judy's here, I've just noticed. 4 hours. Now, it's possible. It is literally that quick. So you're not going to do that with the best will in the world. You're not going to do that with an analog solution. So you have to think, well, okay, if I can do this in 4 hours, what about my infrastructure to be able to do that in 4 hours? You have to have everything leading up to being able to print it. So your infrastructure, your internal procedures, need to be there to actually be able to do these sort of things. So we need to sell the need, don't we? And all the advantages that the technology brings. And if we can sell the need, then we've got a better chance of upselling it. Demands are changing, of course. We're all looking for convenience, so convenient shopping, corner shops everywhere. People just call in, they scan around, look for a brand, they buy it. Again, digital in corrugated, whilst in its infancy, is going to be a key driver for this in the future. People are looking for value for money as well. Again, package design, again, the branding, it portrays value for money. So digital, once again, does give us the ability to do this. Perception of quality, again, it's unquestionable. Digital will give this. And of course, impulse purchases, I've already mentioned, but the importance of going in somewhere, you're in a hurry, seeing a brand, picking it off the shelf, or looking for information, it's absolutely key. So never underestimate the power of the consumer, because it is the consumers that are driving this behavioral change anyway. So digital is truly a dexterous technology. Forethought and vision are required to upsell digital capability. But the other thing I would say is it should complement analog technologies. Going back some years, I'll put my hands up, I actually made this statement. I said probably 7 years ago now that you would see digital technology replacing analog technology in a very short period of time. That's actually wrong, and you're allowed, I think, to change your mind on things. We actually see it now, certainly in Swanline, we see it now as complementing analog technologies, and what we can do is offer the best of all worlds. So we can mix digital, we still do screen, so we can mix digital, screen, offset litho to give us the best of everything to provide a solution. In time, that may change, of course it may. But at the moment, we view it as complementary, and we are still investing in analog technology. These are well publicized, don't need to spend much time on these, but what the key benefits that digital gives us: less exposure to unused stock. So you basically make what you want. You don't have to order huge quantities to get to a price point. And of course, if there's a trial order or something like that, instead of trialing 2,500 to get to a price point to make it viable, you just trial 250, and it doesn't matter. You don't have the balance as waste if the product fails. So it does give us that. Versioning, regionalization and personalization and speed to market are all things that are key to the digital progression at the moment. Recovering lost opportunities. Again, many of these are analog based, so the physical inability to do it's analog, and so the opportunity goes. Well, digital actually does provide you that solution. Trialing, I've just touched on that again, but you can print one off, and your first off is the same as the 5,000th off. It is exactly the same. Your proof is your print, and your print is your proof. They are all exactly the same as they come off. And of course, with the brands able to react more quickly as well, they see, if you are selling this to them properly, they will understand where you're coming from and see the opportunity themselves and always say, well, we've got to do this digitally. At the moment, they're quite reticent, mainly due to a little bit of naivety when it comes to what digital can offer them. So, commoditized pricing for digital should not be driven by the misguided strategy for it to replace traditional analog print. There is no point in spending substantial amounts of money to open up new markets that are value added to just give it away. And unfortunately, I'm going to say it, unfortunately in the corrugated sector, we do have a habit of sometimes giving away too much. There is no need to do that with this technology. So print innovation should never, ever be undersold. But again, we also have to understand, because it does have some foibles in digital print, never discount analog as being that positive contributor, whether it's flexo or in our case offset litho, mix and match. They are a perfect match for each other. So if we fulfill the need for digital, competitive short-run offer. There's, of course, no origination. You don't get any hidden costs at all. Your pre-flight costs are all done in the origination department, so they're relatively contained. No waste, zero waste. Your first off is saleable. And of course, you've got an environmentally friendlier solution. And again, this is on everybody's minds at the moment. They're talking about waste, aren't they? Well, yeah, and less inventory. Again, I can't remember what the statistic was that I heard, but the amount of packaging waste that just sits in a warehouse and gets disposed of because the product either becomes obsolete or the product has failed, well, you don't have that with digital. So the minimum order quantities are much lower. Yes, fine, okay, you may have a price point that's slightly higher for those lower quantities, but if you take the potential waste that is failed stock, gets thrown away, etc., then it does actually give you the ability to compete very favorably. No overruns. You can order the exact amount. So a different approach is needed. Training. You're not going to just get your sales team out and say, go and sell our digital offering now. You are going to have to change your way of thinking and educate them into how they are going to sell this technology. So a change of mindset is needed. And we're selling value and solutions, not boxes. We're satisfying a customer's need through the use of digital. So again, if they have that need and it's solving a problem for them, well, why would you not charge them for that? You wouldn't give it away. You would upsell it. And let your customer push the need, not the price. So if they have a need, there is always a solution using digital. And we're not just talking about digital print here as well. There's digital cutters available, software systems that manage artwork files at the speed of lightning. It is incredible what we can do in this day and age. Excuse me. And satisfying their need, of course, is of value to them. So why shouldn't it be value to you as well? Push the boundaries as digital progression is fast. I did say we're at an early stage in this, and certainly with single pass digital, it is an early stage. We've got some very exciting times ahead of us. Drupa 2020 coming up. There will be a lot of new machines to be seen there. So that's going to be, again, a big opportunity for all of us. So that's my brief overview, I think, of how we should be selling digital. But I think the key message from me is don't undersell the power of this technology. Grasp the opportunities are there, and have a thought process that goes very, very wide on how you can use this technology, even mixed with analog, to get the best solution for your customer. Thank you.